Mario, it seems like you're enjoying this, having some fun. When you bought the team out of bankruptcy, did you ever imagine it getting to this level consistently?
Well, I knew it was going to take a few years, certainly, to build a great club in Pittsburgh. And, we went through a very difficult 4 or 5 years, as you well know, in Pittsburgh, finishing last or close to last and, getting the draft picks that we needed to rebuild. And, of course, the lottery didn't hurt either, getting Sidney in Pittsburgh and with Malkin and Fleury and Stahl and the rest of the gang that we have. So I knew it was going to take a while to get back on top, but now that we are, I think we're well positioned for the next few years at least with the core players that we have signed in the last couple of years.
Mario, what's your relationship like with Sidney, and specifically in the playoffs? Do you talk to him? Do you talk hockey? What's that like? And the second part of that, when you see what he's accomplished this spring, does it put you in mind of when you were younger or when Yager
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been playing unbelievable throughout the playoffs, and I think he's on a mission to hopefully achieve his goal to win the Stanley Cup and win a championship in Pittsburgh. And he's been dreaming about this time since he was a little boy. And for sure, we talk about hockey all the time. Before dinner or after dinner at home, and different things that I see from the top, and just we talk a lot about the game, and when he's not sleeping or practicing. So, but he's great to be around. He's the same kid that he was when he came with us 4 years ago, and he's a joy to be around. My kids love him, and he's part of our family. Really, he's been with us for so long, and it's great to have him around.
Compare the prospect of winning the Stanley Cup as an owner to what you felt when you won it twice as a player almost 20 years ago.
Well, that was certainly a goal of mine when I bought the team, to hopefully one day, win the Stanley Cup as an owner. And we had an opportunity last year that didn't go as planned, but hopefully this year the outcome's going to be different. We see our team as having a great chance this year. We have a different mindset, different style of play that we play, and hopefully this year is our year. So it would be a dream come true for me. Buying the team in '99 and rebuilding it with the people that we have in the organization. It should be a special moment if it ever happens.
Mario, can you compare yourself at 21 and 4 years in the NHL to Crosby at 21 and 4 years in the NHL as a player and a person?
No, I think he's a lot more mature than I was at 21. He was a lot more mature at 18. I think you guys all know that from his interviews and from talking to him every day. He's a special kid, and he's a better player than I was at the same age, for sure. Some of the things that he does on the ice, his strength, skating abilities is incredible, and his passion for the game and his will to be the best each and every shift, his work ethic. He's got it all.
Mario, looking at this series specifically, can you talk about what, based on last year, can you talk about what it's like for you to feel what you feel like watching these games, and also a little bit of any kind of matchup or prediction you want to give us?
No prediction, obviously. It's been so much fun this year to see the team, especially the last month of the season, turn it around from where we were, and then in the playoffs to play the way we did in the first 3 series, and to see the team getting better game after game, and seeing the focus and all of the guys to hopefully get to the finals this year and achieve our goal to win the Stanley Cup. It's been for me personally, and I know the ownership and my family, it's been a lot of fun again to follow these guys every game and to watch them win series after series and hopefully achieve our goal.
Mario, what's it been like watching your children watch this? They're old enough to actually appreciate it. Most of them weren't even born when you were winning. So,
well, they've seen DVDs and tapes, but to be here with us, the whole family, we're very supportive of Sidney, of course, because he lives with us. But they love the game. I have a daughter that is going to Shattuck next year for that special reason, to play hockey, hopefully, in the future. And Austin plays, and I get my little daughter, Alexa, that plays. So I get three out of four. So, but it's been fun for them to be around and to come on the road with us when they can, and to be a part of it. Something that, as a young kid, you always remember for the rest of your life, and it's important for me to have them with us as much as we can.
Mario, when you played, you were a pretty outspoken critic at times of the way the game was played when the clutching and grabbing was at its worst. What's your view now as an owner 4 years into these new rules after the lockout?
I think it's great. I think it's great to see the game the way it turned out to be now. Not much clutching and grabbing, of course, and the speed of the game, the size of the player. It's a totally different game than when I played. I was looking at tapes the other day from the 91 and 92, and there was a lot of clutching and grabbing there from both sides. So, but I think it's a lot more enjoyable for the hockey fans to watch these games now than what we used to watch years ago, and I enjoy it a lot more.
Mario here to the left. Just a question about outspoken critic. That's what Chris Chelios has been. But you played against him for many years. What you think he's kind of meant to the game and the fact he's still playing. And part two, the commissioner spent a lot of today talking about Jim Balsillie and his place potentially in the league. As an owner, I don't know if you've met him, if you know much about him.
I've met him a few times.
Yeah. I was trying to be.
Didn't work out, but I met him.
Yeah.
I played golf with him, and obviously, he was trying to buy the Penguins before we got the arena deal done, and so that's all I can say about the Phoenix situation and Jim Balsillie. It's up to the league, and it's in the courts now, so it wouldn't be appropriate for me to comment at this point, but I'm sure we'll find out soon what comes out of the Phoenix situation and Jim Balsillie. As far as Chris, he's meant a lot to the game. I think his passion for the game shows it at 47. He's still out there, trying to win a Stanley Cup, and what a great athlete to be able to do that at 47 years old. He's been in great shape for years. He trained. I had the opportunity to train with him a couple years ago in LA for a few weeks, and he's the hardest working guy out there. Even though he was, 45 years old, it was pretty tough to keep up with. So he's meant a lot to the game, and he's a great athlete, obviously, great professional, and good for the game.
Mario, some of the comparisons that we've heard surrounding this series is on Edmonton coming back and beating the Islanders after losing to them, going back-to-back, and then comparing Sid and Malkin to you and Jágr. Do you see any validity to either one of those, and why? Well,
it'd be nice to follow what Edmonton did, for sure. Similar type of team with the core guys that we have, and Gretz and Messier, and of course we have Malkin and Sid, so pretty much similar of the two teams in the way they play. And what was the other question?
You and Jágr compared to Sid and Gino.
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough to compare players. Some players do things better than others. So, but for sure, the duo, to be able to go out there and play together on the line, which we've done occasionally with Sidney and Malkin at times, certainly an advantage.
So much of how much experience your team has gotten from last year to now, and how it's going to help them going through the second time in the finals. As an owner, separating from the play as a player, how is your experience during this playoff run different from last year?
Well, as you said, I think we have a little bit more experience now. I haven't been there last year, and I haven't seen what it takes to be a champion, especially our first two games here last year, not scoring a goal. And I don't think our kids were quite prepared to play in the finals. But I think this year is seems and feels different the focus is there from our players, and certainly the way we're approaching each and every game, we feel that we have a chance to win every time we step on the ice. So it's totally different mindset than we had last year.
Mario, we all know what you battled as a player. It was obviously a number of injuries that you persevered through. How do you feel all these years later now, physically, now that you've been away from the game for a few years?
I feel pretty good, actually. I started working out again about 2 months ago, which is always tough after a few years. But it's, my back's always going to be an issue for me, and I had 2 hip surgeries, so my golf is not as good as it used to be. I can't turn as much as I used to be, but it's, it's fine. I get up every day and take a couple Advils and ready to go. All right, thank you.